today we are going to start the new chapter, chapter 11, thermal properties of matter. In this chapter we are going to study about heat, temperature, different states of matter, what happens during changes of state, and all the properties related to heat and temperature. First we can discuss what is the difference between heat and temperature. Heat is a form of energy transferred from one body to another by virtue of temperature. If there is any temperature difference between the two objects, heat flow from one body to another, and heat flows from body at higher temperature to a body at lower temperature. And the SI unit of heat is Joule. Temperature is the indication of hotness or coldness of a body. It determines the direction of heat flow from one body to another when they are placed in contact. And the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. Okay, so that's the main difference between heat and temperature. And according to kinetic theory that we will study afterwards in kinetic theory chapter, there we will discuss what is the another difference between heat and temperature. According to kinetic theory, heat is the total kinetic energy of all the molecules. Okay, in a system, that kinetic heat represents the total kinetic energy of all the molecules of the system, and temperature is the average kinetic energy of all the molecules. There is another difference between heat and temperature according to kinetic theory of gases. Now we can study the measurement of temperature. Temperature is usually measured by using a device called a thermometer. And what are the commonly used liquid in thermometer? Mercury and alcohol. Mercury and alcohol are the liquids used in most liquid in glass thermometers. Why mercury? And mercury is commonly used as the liquid in thermometer because mercury does not stick to the glass and it expands much more than water. Okay, so it does not stick to the glass, means here the force of attraction between the mercury molecule is high than the force of attraction between mercury and water. And more about this attractive force between the molecules of same type and the molecules of different type, that we will study in mechanics of liquids chapter. And in any thermometer there are two reference points needed for the definition of any standard scale, and these two reference points are ice point and steam point. Ice point and steam point of water are the two convenient fixed points, and they are known as the freezing and boiling point. So in all scales of temperature there are two convenient fixed points. What are they? Ice point and steam point of water, and they are known as the freezing and boiling points. Now we can study what are the different scales of temperature. Scales of temperature. There are mainly three scales of temperature. The first scale is Celsius scale. In Celsius scale, ice point and steam point are 0 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, 0 degrees Celsius is the freezing point and 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point. The interval between the 2 points is divided into 100 equal parts. Between 0 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius there are 100 equal parts, and each division corresponds to 1 degree Celsius. That's all about Celsius scale, and this scale was developed by Anders Celsius in the year 1710. Now the second scale is Fahrenheit scale. In this scale, the ice point and steam point are 32 degree Fahrenheit and 212 degree Fahrenheit. Ice point is 32 degree Fahrenheit and steam point is 212 degree Fahrenheit. The interval between the 2 points is divided into 180 equal divisions, and each division corresponds to 1 degree Fahrenheit. And this scale was devised by Gabriel Fahrenheit in the year 1717. And the third one is absolute scale or Kelvin scale. Here the ice point and steam point are 273.15 Kelvin and 373.15 Kelvin. The interval between the 2 points is divided into 100 equal divisions, and each division corresponds to 1 Kelvin. This scale was designed by Lord Kelvin, and hence it is called Kelvin scale. Now we can study more about Kelvin scale or absolute scale. Absolute temperature. If volume of a gas is kept constant, we know pressure is directly proportional to temperature. So, if volume is kept constant, pressure is proportional to temperature. So, thus with a constant volume thermometer, temperature is read in terms of pressure. So, pressure and temperature are directly proportional if volume is kept constant. So, if a graph is plotted with pressure and temperature, pressure is plotted along the y-axis and temperature is plotted along the x-axis, this is the shape of the graph. So, even at 0 degrees Celsius, the gas has some pressure. As temperature increases, pressure increases. So, the shape of the graph is like this. As temperature increases, pressure also increases. Okay, so even at 0 degrees Celsius, the gas has some pressure. So, as temperature increases, pressure increases. They are directly proportional. And it also shows that as temperature decreases, what happens to pressure? Pressure decreases. Okay, as temperature decreases, pressure also decreases. Then, so at a particular temperature, what happens to pressure? Pressure becomes 0. At a particular temperature, pressure can become 0. So, if you extrapolate the graph like this, if we extrapolate it, if we extend it backward, at a particular temperature, pressure becomes 0 and that temperature is actually minus 273.15 degree Celsius. Okay, at a particular temperature minus 273.15 degrees Celsius, what is the pressure of the gas? Pressure of the gas becomes 0 and this temperature is called absolute 0 or it is called 0 Kelvin. So, what is 0 Kelvin or minus 273.15 degrees Celsius? It is the absolute 0 temperature at which pressure of the gas becomes 0. So, normally if temperature increases, pressure increases and temperature decreases, pressure decreases, and beyond a particular temperature, at a particular temperature called minus 273.15 degrees Celsius, what is the pressure of the gas? Pressure of the gas is equal to 0. Pressure of the gas becomes 0 means the molecular motion of the gas stops and hence it is called absolute 0. So, what is the importance of absolute 0? Absolute 0 is the lowest attainable temperature and at this temperature all the molecular motion stops. The particles stop moving and all the disorders disappear at this temperature. Okay, so this temperature is considered to be the lowest attainable temperature and any temperature below this minus 273.15 degrees Celsius is impossible. Why? Because below minus 273.15 degrees Celsius or below 0 Kelvin, what happens to pressure? If you extrapolate it further, pressure becomes 0. Pressure is always a positive value, pressure cannot be 0 and hence this is considered to be minus 273.15 degrees Celsius is considered to be the lowest attainable temperature and any temperature beyond minus 273.15 degrees Celsius is impossible. Okay children, so this minus 273.15 degrees Celsius is called absolute 0. Why it is called absolute 0? Because all the molecular motion stops and the particle stops moving and all the disorders disappear. Here in the graph up to this value about minus 100 degrees Celsius up to minus 100 degrees Celsius is the attainable temperature we have achieved now and hence up to this temperature is plotted using the solid line and below that if you extrapolate you have to represent it by dotted line. Okay, because up to minus 100 degrees Celsius is the attainable value, achieved value and beyond it is not yet achieved and this will be considered as this is considered as the lowest attainable temperature. So, up to minus 100 degrees Celsius you mark it as a dark line, then after solid line and after that use dotted lines. Okay children. For converting temperatures in different scales of temperature is we have studied the 3 scales of temperature: degree Celsius, Fahrenheit scale and Kelvin scale. So, now we can study how will you convert temperature in degree Celsius to temperature in Fahrenheit or temperature in degree Celsius to Kelvin scale. The general formula is let T degree Celsius, this is the temperature in degree Celsius scale, minus its ice point. What is its ice point? 0 degree Celsius. Divided by number of divisions. How many divisions are there? 100. Between ice point and steam point, 100 divisions are there. Equals, in Fahrenheit, what is the temperature in Fahrenheit? Let it be T degree Fahrenheit. Minus its ice point. What is its ice point? 32. Divided by how many divisions are there? 180 divisions. Equals, temperature in Kelvin scale, let it be Tk, T in Kelvin scale, minus its ice point, that is 273. For the sake of convenience, we can use 273 instead of 273.15. Okay. Divided by how many divisions are there? 100 divisions are there. Okay. So, general formula is any temperature minus its ice point divided by number of divisions. In Celsius scale, T degree Celsius minus its ice point, which is 0, divided by 100. In Fahrenheit scale, T degree Fahrenheit minus its ice point, that is 32 degree Fahrenheit, divided by 180 divisions are there. In Kelvin scale, T Kelvin minus 273 divided by 100. Okay, if you want to find out 32 degrees Celsius is how many Fahrenheit? How will you convert 32 degrees? Here put 32 degrees Celsius. 32 minus 0 divided by 100 equal to T degree Fahrenheit we have to calculate. Minus 32 divided by 180. Using the general relation we can find out temperature in degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit scale. Okay children. So this is the general relationship for converting temperatures in different scales of temperature. Question. Convert 40 degrees Celsius to temperature in degree Fahrenheit and Kelvin scale. Okay, so we have to convert 40 degrees Celsius to degree Fahrenheit and 40 degrees Celsius to Kelvin scale. So we have the general relation T degrees Celsius minus its ice point. So we have T degrees Celsius minus its ice point is 0 divided by 100 equal to T degree Fahrenheit minus 32 divided by 180. Okay, what is T degree Celsius given here? 40. 40 by 100 equal to T degree Fahrenheit we have to calculate minus 32 divided by 180. Okay, so we can simplify and find out the value of T degree Fahrenheit. So here it is 0.4 into 180 comes to the numerator equal to T degree Fahrenheit minus 32. Okay, so this value is 72 equal to T degree Fahrenheit minus 32. So what is the value of T degree Fahrenheit? T degree Fahrenheit is equal to 72 plus 32, which is equal to 104 degree Fahrenheit. Okay. Now we can convert degree Celsius to Kelvin scale. So we have again general relation T degree Celsius minus its ice point divided by 100 equal to T in Kelvin scale minus 273 divided by 100. This is a general relation. It is not necessary to put 0 here. Since it is a general relation, I have written 0 here because it is the ice point. Okay. So 100 and 100 get cancelled. Then T degree Celsius is, what is the T degree Celsius given here? 40 degree, no? 40 equal to T in Kelvin scale minus 273. So what is the temperature in Kelvin scale? 273 plus 40. Okay, so it is 330 Kelvin. So temperature in Kelvin scale is 330 Kelvin. So using this general relation we can convert any temperature in degree Celsius to Fahrenheit or degree Celsius to Kelvin scale. Okay. Question. At what temperature, if possible, will the Celsius scale reading be equal to the Fahrenheit scale reading? Okay, temperature in degree Celsius be equal to temperature in Fahrenheit. So we have the general relation T degree Celsius divided by 100 equal to T degree Fahrenheit minus 32 divided by 180. So in the question itself it is given temperature, that at particular temperature in degree Celsius and Fahrenheit are equal. Okay, so let it be X. We can write T degree in temperature in degree Celsius is equal to temperature in Fahrenheit is equal to X. Let it be. So here we can write X by 100 is equal to X minus 32 divided by 180. Okay. Now 0 and 0 get cancelled. and here 10 and 18 get cancelled. Here it becomes 5, here it becomes 9. Okay. So, x by 5 equal to x minus 32 divided by 9. Now, you can simplify 9x. 9x is equal to 5x minus 32 into 5. So, it is equal to minus 160. Here it is 4x is equal to minus 160, or what is the value of x? X is equal to minus 40 degree Celsius or minus 40 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, minus 40 degree. So, what is the value of x? X is equal to minus 40 degrees Celsius or minus 40 degree Fahrenheit. So, at minus 40 degrees Celsius, at the value minus 40 degree, temperature in degrees Celsius and the temperature in Fahrenheit coincide. Okay.